some money or something, so I can get the fuck out of here. But I'm not gonna go with bus out of you know, motherfucking train or whatever.
Yeah.
So motherfucker knock me down.
Yeah.
When I get somewhere, there's gonna be some armor up in there.
You know you gotta stay away from that shit though.
Yeah,
you gotta stay away. You gotta keep your eyes open right now because they're looking for you.
Yeah.
They're looking for you.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, brother. Be safe out there.
I get better. Thank you, man.
What's going on?
I need a supervisor.
Okay.
I guess he got knocked out on the bus. Somebody he got in a fight with 3 years ago saw him, and there was like a bunch of people on the bus. He said his finger's broken. I went and checked it. His finger was definitely broken. It was twisted.
All right, go get one for you.
Mm-hmm. This. Where's the shit? Why is this not showing up? I'm here to file a complaint on some cop from yesterday. I was standing outside, but the guy's out there, he's gonna talk my ear off. He was talking to me for like 15 minutes before he came in here. You know, I sympathize with him, but Jesus Christ, how much will, I don't know. I can only listen to so many damn people's problems. Yeah, right on the motorcycle cop. I was fine with I'm perfectly fine with just clowning him, but when he refused to ID, that's a problem. Especially since his badge number is not listed on the most recent badge release. So he thought he was gonna get away with it, but I was able to do some things.
You want skating maybe come from? It's not registered here. No. There's 40 minutes to choose from, so that's gonna be a hard way to print out. I'll print out this, yes. You'll have to work. It's registered in a different state. It's gonna have to work for him, you know what I mean? There's no other option. You have to. All you can do is put in the narrative, I guess, is going through next and not registered to California. How do you guys going?
One thing that should really matter is dental insurance. Because the fact is, great oral health is critical to your overall health. That's why dental is committed to helping keep your teeth and gums healthy. And that's important. With a full range of dental plans designed to create a full life. Call it on dental.com. With $18 a month, it's only 60 cents a month. Getting dental insurance has never been easy. Look at savings on face procedures. Plus, procedures like root canals, crowns,
Anybody who comes in here talking that bullshit, I don't give a fuck about what any of those Scientologist weirdos doing. I don't give a fuck. Keep that shit somewhere else. What the fuck is wrong with you? You guys sit there and eat, sleep, and dream about that shit. Get a fucking life. I don't give a fuck about what any fucking creator is doing, who's fucking who. I don't care. Shit. If you guys want to talk about it, do your fucking little dumbass shows. I don't give a fuck about them. I don't give a fuck about the SPTV Foundation or Aftermath Foundation. I don't care about all that shit. That whole thing is just full of drama. Everybody's full of drama. I'm so sick of everybody's drama. You guys want to put your whole fucking love lives online, do it. Don't involve me in that bullshit. Shit. Don't ask me about it. I don't give a fuck about it. I don't give a fuck about anybody. Enough drama in my life. Worried about some old dumb internet shit. I don't know these people. I'm not responsible for them. They want to put their lives all online. You hear me talk about my love life and who I'm dating and all that shit? I don't do any of that shit. You wouldn't know. Everybody wants to have these whole ass relationships on YouTube. Leave me the fuck out of it. That's on you guys. When the shit goes bad, and it always goes bad, you guys deal with it. Don't put me in it. I don't care. Bunch of fucking kids, 12-year-olds, some high school shit. There's real shit going on. People are doing real shit going on out here. Like I said, I watched somebody just died around the block from me yesterday. Somebody just died, and I gotta sit there and hear about this shit. Fuck that. Let me stop what I'm doing, feeling bad about this person that died, and I gotta sit there and weigh in on some other people's relationships. Fuck. All these people weird. I focus on Scientology. I don't need this shit. All this drama, I gotta weigh in on everybody's goddamn relationships. It's gonna have to keep on happening. I get tired. People have been doing this shit for a year. First time around, why didn't you weigh in on Aaron? Why didn't you weigh in on DOA? Why didn't you? Had that girl roll up on me in front of La Poubelle, that redhead chick. She's like, why aren't you standing up against DOA for what is abuse of women? What abuse? Well, I heard stories. I don't give a fuck about what your stories are. I don't give a fuck. These stories. You're just adding some other shit. Now I gotta weigh in. I'm not weighing in on anybody's shit. Leave me the fuck out of your dumb shit. Everybody's shit. Leave me out of your dumbass reaction videos and all that stuff. Fuck is wrong with you? That's all you guys talking about. You guys are talking about this shit. Why don't you guys talk about Scientology or some other shit? Talking about, oh, did you hear what this person said? This person fucking this person. Man, fuck all of them people. All of them. Every last one of them. You guys waking up first thing in the morning trying to get your updates on what's going on with the drama. You guys need lives too. Shit. Probably on Reddit trying to dig up whatever you can. What's going on in streets life? If you worry about my life or anybody else's life, you're a fucking weirdo.
Oh.
Gotta weigh on it. Do I gotta weigh in on? What about my coworkers that cheat? Do I gotta weigh in on their relationships too? I gotta weigh in on them. Well, my neighbors. I know my neighbor cheats. I know that. I know one lady because I know. I'm supposed to weigh in on that too. Am I supposed to sit there and go out there and get on my soapbox and tell them, hey, you are wrong? Man, shit. You're grown-ass people. Figure it out. As long as you just don't fuck with Solomon, I don't care. You fuck with Solomon, I'm gonna speak up. The rest of this shit, you guys figure your own shit out. Put me up in this shit. What the fuck do I need this shit for?
I mean, it's
I gotta keep on doing this every time something goes on.
Okay.
I gotta speak up on it. I gotta sit there and say, hey, where are you gonna stand up? Stand up for what? Go, like I said, go make your dumbass reaction videos. You gotta speak up on everybody's shit. Bunch of fucking kids. And the worst part about it is these are a bunch of old people that's most into it. Like I said, they're about 50, 60 years old, all waking up in the morning, hopping onto their computer, looking on, what does Reddit say? Who put out a reaction video? Go get weirdos. keep that shit on my film, please. This shit is about the cop channel. This is about cops and politicians. I keep that shit, that crazy ass Scientology shit. Keep that shit out of here. I'm tired of everybody. Bunch of fucking weirdos. Drama queens. Seriously, all this shit, man. Everything's always got to be something over the top. Hey, for months, for 6, 7, 8 months. Oh my God, can you believe it? Man, listen. Like I said, get back to me when you talk about Scientology. Don't get back to me. I'll handle whenever I do, when I rarely do some Scientology shit. I do that shit on my own. I'm not doing with these people. I always do shit on my own. I get tired, and this is not, and like I said, this is not just Scientology. This is just protesting, activism. It's always some fucking interpersonal drama and beefs. This person's fucking that person. This person's upset because of hurt feelings, and I get so tired of that shit. For years, every protest movement ends up that way. That's usually what kills protest movements. I've been saying for a year now, Scientology's gonna go in hibernation, just let people start tearing each other apart. Here we are. Keep me out of that shit. Every protesters, all types of you got protesters making up videos about how this person's a child molester, a pedophile. Nobody talk about that. Nobody talk about how that protester was doing that shit. Making sneak videos doing that, and their mods making a whole thing about, I gotta go crash this channel and this. Man, you guys are all fucking weird. Nobody really gives a fuck. None of you actually give a fuck about Scientology. You guys just like the drama. Drama people. I just want the drama. This is my TV show. That's why I film vertical, to get away from some of these crazy people. I'd rather deal with a bunch of new people who are crazy than the same old Scientology people who wake up in the morning, spend the whole day thinking about it. Shit. Motherfucking, these people who protest Scientology and the people that follow Scientology on YouTube are as crazy as the people in Scientology. Nobody cares about it. They care about the drama of it all. Go team and who can be fight. It's all stupid, man. Streets, I'm disappointed in you. I couldn't, man, eat my ass. The fuck's wrong with you? Just imagine thinking that I give a fuck what you ever think. You know? Just imagine. I promise you, never in my life do I worry about what somebody in chat, like, oh man, this person in chat, some, Snoopy425 says that they're just shut your ass up. You don't even give a fuck about things. You just like the drama. Just admit it. Keep me out of your goddamn drama. Hope the cops arrest me. Okay.
Trying to buy a car, where? You still bought it?
All right, here we go, guys. We got it.
Done this before you bought it.
No. So anyway, while we're waiting, let me show you something here. Ask him why police won't arrest people for shitting in the street for public indecency. Because they're gonna say there's nowhere for them to go shit. Where are they supposed to go? There's some truth to that. I don't want anybody shitting in the street. It's fucking disgusting. I don't know, I told this story before, but I I'm more of a late night runner now, but I used to be an early morning runner, like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I was running down Santa Monica and got to Fairfax where Whole Foods is, then started running up Fairfax. So it's uphill. And I was gonna run to Sunset. So I was just kind of running as fast as I could, get some uphill training. And when you get to the fountain, I hit the light and I was standing there and it's a church there and it had like a little doorway. And I was like, damn, I looked in there, I'm like, man, somebody let that dog shit right in the doorway of the church. That's wrong. And I look and I saw toilet paper. I'm like, oh, that's not a dog. That's human. And I smelled a little bit of it and I threw up. That was the first time I ever threw up. And ever since then, any run over like 10 miles, I throw up. Just naturally now because of that. I don't know. Just in my mind. So yeah, I hate the smell of human shit. Like dog shit is bad enough, but human shit is a distinct smell too. This is disgusting. So I hate that shit. But man, my thing is, what do we gotta put some public toilets out there or something. I don't know how to figure it out. You go to Hollywood Boulevard, there's 2 toilets available between Highland and Vine. Taco Bell and McDonald's. All right, let me see if I can find this. So we got this predator cop, or a predator ex-cop. Yeah, I thought this was funny. So this guy right here, Paul Rumor, he had 35 allegations against him. He is sleeping with a 14-year-old, which is called, what's the other term? What's the term for that? When somebody's sleeping with a 14-year-old? It's called rape, right? It's called rape. Anyway, they forced him to resign. Imagine that. So this is a cop who was raping a child, 14 years old, and they said, yeah, we need you to resign. How about we prosecute him? You didn't prosecute him? So anyway, he sent this guy a message threatening to take down the information, saying it's false and stuff. But the documents come directly from Internal Affairs. I mean, these weren't just allegations. Here, let me pull up the CF number. Let me pull up the document itself. All right, let's see how. See, got all these documents, right? We come right in here. His name is Rumor. Search it. There we go. Sexual assault document. This is LAPD document. This is their internal affairs document. What does that say right there? Internal affairs, right? This is their files. So he can say it's a false allegation, but I'm gonna show you something else. There are 35 allegations against him, and where is it at? Where is it at? All right, so we expand that. 35 allegations against him. What does that say right there? It says, now this is the investigation from Internal Affairs. Recommended classified all the complaints as sustained, which means that the police chief just sustained them too. All 35 allegations, including, what does it say right there? Allegation 5. Alleged that an unknown date on September 1st, 2007, Officer Rumor, while off duty, inappropriately engaged in the sexual act with a 14-year-old minor. Again, a sexual act with a 14-year-old minor is called rape, right? So the LAPD doesn't want to call their own cop that. They just say, and that's their finding.
I mean, he has one.
Oh, he had 2,400 conversations with users who portrayed themselves as minors. He ended up getting caught by the FBI. He got caught by the FBI. This cop. soliciting prostitution. Man, this guy was a real piece of work. This guy's a real creep. Anyway, yeah, so then he wants to send messages saying, you got some nerve. So now I got to find a picture of this guy. If you guys know a picture of this guy, Paul Rumor, I need it because I want to make a video about him. He got some nerve to talk about threatening legal action. This is LAPD documents, buddy. Take it up with the cops. Take it up with these guys. Take it up with them. He's not even decertified as a cop. If you go and check on Post, his name is not listed. So technically, he could be working as a cop somewhere else. He resigned. Jesus. Gonna also file a complaint tomorrow, but let me show you. This might be a little confusing. It's kind of in the weeds a little bit, but right here, filing a complaint against that person right there who seems to be, her name's Sandra Ward. So see this right here, this is a request to destroy police shooting files from 1967 to 1991. Why? Oh, they just felt like destroying them for no reason. And it's what they did right there is completely illegal. This was illegal. This was illegal. They destroyed 20-something years of police shooting files, and it was completely illegal. Now, Chief Moore personally signed off on it. I filed a complaint against Chief Moore, and then he resigned. And they're telling me, well, we can't do anything about it because he resigned. Well, actually, you can do something because when he signed off on his illegal destruction, he did it under the penalty of law, that he could be prosecuted. So I want to see him prosecuted. Now they're going to do it? No, of course not. But I'm still going to put pressure on him. Shit. The LAPD commission, so I filed a complaint against Moore about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. They think I forgot about it. They wrote me the bullshit letter back, and I didn't respond. They were probably expecting me to go off. But again, we had a temporary chief in place. And temporary chief in place, if I did anything, he was going to just take one for the team and just throw it out and then resign or whatever. So I was like, I'll wait. Well, we got a new chief now. Now he can answer. Then we got another one I've been working on too. This one's a little bit more complicated. So essentially, you guys probably heard the story a million times. Caught a cop doing an illegal search, filed a complaint against him for the illegal search. He got suspended for the illegal search. I asked him to identify 8 times. He refused to. They said that he did not refuse to identify. I was like, well, I got it on tape. I went and sent it to the OIG. The OIG re-examined it and said, yeah, they fucked up. And Internal Affairs says, yeah, we fucked up. But then I come to find out, OIG said, hey, and while we were looking at that, we saw that this one cop referred on his body camera, referred to me as a black fool. He was calling me a black fool.
Just making sure we knew who we are.
Right?
So the cop was calling me a black fool.
Huh?
We got this right here. So like I said, he called me a black fool, and then the LAPD said, it is understandable that officers release some stress by using improper language in private places, such as their vehicle. It's understandable. Calling me a black fool is understandable. Okay. However, making such improper remarks on body-worn video makes these remarks discoverable to others. Makes it discoverable. So in other words, you could say what you want, say that racist shit you want to say, but just don't get it captured on body-worn video, because then other people can find it. Well, I found this. But then they said it's non-disciplinary. Him calling me black fool is non-disciplinary. Okay. What if he said that, called somebody a Jewish fool? I don't think that would be non-disciplinary.
Yeah. It is.
Non-disciplinary. So I asked Chief McConnell, is this the appropriate action, and is this acceptable? Is this, we allowed to say that here going forward? Are cops just allowed to call people who file complaints against them and get complaints sustained against them, call them black fools? Is that okay? He doesn't want to answer to that. So I'm gonna go there on Tuesday. Tuesday morning should be fun. I'm gonna go to the commission. Also have court on Tuesday. Nobody show up. I don't want to deal with you fucking any Scientology crazy people. Tired of all y'all shit. Nobody's thinking about Scientology. They're not thinking about it. They're thinking about, I hate this person, I hate that person, I'm gonna go over. Dude, have your little.
Court, we're saying LA, right?
Yes, Los Angeles.
Pick a side. I hate all of y'all, all of you. That's what side. Everyone, I can't stand you people. How's that? That's a side for you.
Yeah, she's like, no, she's playing no.
Crazy ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, but sure, that's right.
I was thinking, man, ex-Scientologists are crazy. But the people who who are never in Scientology, who follow this stuff, are just as crazy. People fighting over foundations. I always thought foundations are stupid. You're gonna try to save people from a cult? You do it fine, knock yourself out. How many have you saved? Seriously, how many have been saved by them? It's all done. You ever heard me shout out any foundation? You ever heard me shout out a phone number? Wear a t-shirt? I don't say a damn thing.
You get the top off.
Rip it off.
All that shit. Couldn't care less. Stay out of my life, I'll stay out of your life. You want to put your shit out there, don't ask me to get involved and vouch for anybody. I'm not vouching for any. I think you're all nuts. I don't know you. You're not my family. If you're not my family, I don't care. I'm not a family or friend. I don't give a fuck. I don't know you.
Yeah. 213,
Shit.
328, 5959.
I vouch for myself. And Solomon. I like Solomon. And Audit. Everybody else can leave me alone.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on anybody's shows. I don't want to talk about something. I don't want it. I'll do it on my own channel by myself. I don't want any of these people. None of y'all. I'm not going to show up to an event. Nobody's serious about fucking doing any damage. No, we're trying to do damage to each other, and I just don't give a fuck. Everybody go at it. high school ass shit. Real Housewives of ex-Scientology type shit. They need to get Andy Cohen involved. They need to. This is all needs to be mediated by Andy Cohen. Get Andy Cohen involved in some way. Work Nene Leakes in. There's real shit going on out here. I'm gonna go home, like go next door. I'm like, listen, I've had it. You've been cheating. I need you to make an apology right now. To me, I need you to apologize to me. Like, why you apologize to me? Don't apologize to me. Nobody. I don't want your apology. For what? Apologize to each other. You guys deal with it. People trying to distract from the important shit. There's not even important shit. Nobody's talking about. Nobody really gives a fuck about trying to do some damage to Scientology. No one. I'm not doing a reaction video to somebody's fucking. I don't care. Like I said, I'm assigning tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, my employee. I caught my employee cheating on their girlfriend or boyfriend. I gotta call them out. Like I said, you're going to deal with activism. It's so much cheating because in activism, everybody's fucking each other. A lot of people are doing activism just for that, for the social aspect. They don't really care about getting shit done. They just want to do some social aspect stuff. It's something to do. They're having fun. Leave me out of it. In activism, people are just fucking each other constantly. It always ends up bad, always ends bad, always. And then it ends with those people leaving the activism. I've lasted for a reason. Not a single person just knows anything about my intimate life. And you never will. If I put it out there, that's my bad. Whatever comes with it, I gotta clean up. No, I'm not gonna ask somebody else, hey, can you fucking make a statement on my behalf? Kid shit. I think ex-Scientologists, everyone has some sort of like stunted thing with it. Is they haven't grown up past, they're still like emotionally like kids. They're like in 15 years old, running around doing stuff. This goes for all of them. How could you say that? I said it. I don't care. Again, what about me makes you think I ever care about what the fuck you think? Look how tired I am. Jesus Christ. I've been up since like 4:30 in the morning, and I've spent so much time on the computer. It's actually taking a toll on my eyes. Things are just, if I don't get up and walk every like 3-4 hours, my eyes start getting blurry. Didn't know activists are dirty like that, man. Activism is just fucking. 99% of activists are not about it. They don't give a fuck about any cause that they're out there because it's something to do on the weekend. When you see people marching, I don't go to protest and march. Marching is so stupid. It's something that people do once every 6 months to make them feel good about themselves. And let's meet this person. Let's socialize and meet up and have drinks afterwards. I don't want to go and have drinks with you people. I don't want to hang out with you people. Again, everything I do is by myself for a reason. I might have a few people around me, but the people around me that actually do stuff are completely anonymous. people around me, I don't even know their names. I don't even know their names. For years working around my top people around me, I have a first name. I don't know any people like that. I stay away from, like I said, I feel like everybody's honestly, a clout chaser. And I didn't care about what the Scientology at first because it was important to just get everybody. I wanted to get as many people from the internet who were like those annoying First Amendment auditors out there and go after Scientology. And I thought I could just walk away and get back on with my life, and then it just turned into a whole year of things. I am so sick of it. I am so sick of it. Scientologists are easy to beat. I always said it's not hard. They're fighting a losing battle. The only thing you can do is get in the way. And you know what? Everybody got in the way. Everybody got in the way. A bunch of egos and drama and interpersonal beefs, and so I don't care. I'm tapping out of your bullshit. Like I said, whatever I do with Scientology from here on forward is by myself. I don't want to be responsible for other people's shit. So it's best for me to stay on my own where I'm responsible for who? Me. So apparently, some rookie from the LAPD killed somebody on Christmas. It hasn't been reported by the news yet. The people who are reporting this, the cops that are telling me this, I trust them a whole lot. It said somewhere, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, I don't even know where it's at. It's not, I don't think it's the accident happened on 57th or 53rd. I already looked that person up. They had a misdemeanor 2 years ago, so it wouldn't have been a cop. And they're not on the roster. But yeah, apparently a DUI rookie
Let me get you this.
ran a red light and killed somebody. Supposedly. We'll find out. Just remember, if you hear about it in the next couple of days, remember where you heard it first. Because I know LA Times would be like, first reported here. They do that every time to me. Police union has lost their case against Lillian Kranza and Mark Reyna, claiming they illegally broke into their computer system. That got thrown out. Streets, what's your stand on Aaron? I don't give a fuck about Aaron. I don't give a fuck about anybody. And I don't give a fuck about you, Gina. Don't ask me about that shit. Fuck everybody. Fuck you and fuck them. Fuck them. Why are I answer for everybody else's shit? I don't take a stand on anything. They're fucking, he cheated. Don't cheat. Don't put me in a position where I gotta answer questions about your personal life. I don't wanna hear that shit. Leave me the fuck out of it. I don't ask anybody to sit there and answer about for my personal life. Don't do that shit to me. I had it with the people who just like, oh, now it's the time. Let's go, yeah. Who acts that way over somebody's being devastated in their life? She's sitting there crying in a video and you're like, yeah.
Let me get you to dispatch. Hold on.
Huh?
What type of shit is that?
No, I said the defendant's arrested, what was it?
Yeah,
Oh, we got a recipe.
he cheated.
All right, thank you.
We got him. Everybody go away from me. Like I said, if that's your thing, don't follow me. I don't know. I'm gonna hurt your feelings. I gotta answer for other people's shit. What do I get? What did I do? What do I get out of this? Here's my stand. Fuck everybody. There you go. There's my stand. It's funny. Somebody asked me literally today. They're like, "Hey, so what's going on with Scientology stuff?" I'm like, "Oh my god, they don't know any of this stuff. They're just like, what's the update on Scientology? What are your battles with it?" I'm supposed to say, "Well, Aaron cheated on Jenna, and now they're putting out their videos," and it's like, what the I don't want to explain this shit to people. This is so stupid. What does it got to do with fighting Scientology? People look at me like, "Oh, okay, never mind. That's weird." It's everything. All this is embarrassing. This is totally fucking embarrassing. Everything that this movement has become. That's why I said when people be like, "Oh, you started this," I ain't start this crazy shit. None of this. I was in front of the test center just talking about some people's corsets and stuff. You know, laughing at Angel and Toucan and them. That's what I was involved with. All this other stuff. Go back to Scientology. I want nothing to do with this shit. Look how tired I am. Do you think I care about this shit? I get no sleep. I'm working on a million other projects. My eyes are red, and I didn't even smoke weed today. While I'm fucking working on all these other projects, trying to get shit done, I got to doing some real shit. And they're like, "Well, what's your position on their relationship?" Fuck them. Shit. Supervisor's on vacation. Yeah, I know, but it gives me. I'll just sit here and talk. I don't really. It doesn't bother me.
Oh, jeez, okay.
Like I said, I'm about to make these cops pay so bad. The things I'm working on, you have no idea.
Oh,
I'm gonna make their asses pay.
yeah.
My skin is so dry, too. Santa Ana's kicked my ass. Whole face is peeling. My lips are peeling.
Message with that earlier.
But you know what? 76, 75 degrees. I'll take that in January.
I'm gonna have her bring it down a lot. Like, I'm not allowed within 100 yards, so I'm gonna just have her bring it down a lot. I cannot come over there and come. I need to get it's also 100 yards away, so I'll just wait down a lot. She can bring the two things down a lot. Didn't you tell her to do this already? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
This guy, I forgot to make a profile for him. Guy behind his computer. A few years ago, he used to dumb shit try to intimidate me, but I embarrassed him. I embarrassed him so bad a couple of times. He stays inside though. He's always at the front desk.
That's what I was
Year after year at the front desk.
call her and then just have her walk the stuff down the block, so I'm not within 100 yards of her. I'm just like on the corner. I don't care. What are my options here?
I have never seen you turn on a selfie when people see you on the street. That's every day.
They don't. This is they were
people who are happy and stuff. I was talking to the tour van guys. Shout out to the person from, I believe it's from Minnesota. Took the tour van yesterday. They said that Streets told them to come. I hope they give you guys a discount.
No, that's the problem. How can I have?
They should give you guys a discount.
Oh, how can I have?
But thank you for supporting them, because I know those guys are struggling. Everybody on Hollywood Boulevard is struggling.
Or outside, or get down the block, something.
My guy Midnight.
Okay, I'm just getting my laces and shoes.
I love Midnight. He's doing really good for himself. It's been thrown off for about 4 years now. He's doing really well. And you guys see his new electric bike. It looks like a Harley Davidson. It's the dopest thing.
Come home, he needs his stuff, and he's gonna do him a favor and put it outside, down the block or something. All right, we'll call you back and send her a message. What happened?
Damn, I need some of that lip
That's why I
balm.
wanted you to message her, because it has to happen. Okay? All right, I'm gonna figure out where I am and get to going, okay?
Oh, people ask why don't I show Gizmo? Because everybody's crazy. I don't even trust. I don't even want to bring attention to him. I don't trust what some dumbass is going to do while driving down the street.
I had got no other instructions. I got some paperwork that I got for the court date.
I've been tired of motherfuckers for a long time.
Yes.
Do I have any New Year's resolutions? Nah. I feel like I do a resolution. I'm always doing a resolution just naturally. I can't afford to add any more shit to my damn life. I'll tell you what though. If I had to cheat, I'm never gonna put that shit on here for y'all to dissect my life. You guys do enough dissecting. Also, what I'm gonna start doing is, man, it's a lot of work to do those videos. I gotta tell you, it takes a lot of work when you're, like, say you're gonna make a 7, 8, 10-minute video about a cop, and all you have to work with is 2 pictures of the cop and some PDFs that need to be highlighted. Do you know how long it is to stretch that into a 6, 7, 8, 10-minute video? It's hard as hell. It would be easier to talk a bit about this stuff while screen sharing. So I think I'm gonna do more videos like, sort of like screen sharing. Maybe even do some of them live. Like I'm not gonna say like necessarily a podcast style, but sort of. Do I think 2025 would be the year that Scientology loses their tax exemption? Nah, I don't think so. I think that would happen more on like, I think it'd be more realistic to say starting in 2028 at best. It take work to get there. But it ain't gonna happen as long as motherfuckers are sitting around talking about this dumb shit. Debbie, let me clarify. When I talk about you guys, I'm not really talking about everybody. I'm not. I'm talking about in the whole YouTube universe of people who are into this shit and just go way too far with it. I can't stand those people. But people who are just, have my back and just want to focus on the issues and stuff, I do deeply appreciate it.
So what
Those are the same people who will send me information that's deeply helpful with my cop watching stuff or even Scientology. So yeah, maybe I'm a little too broad with it. Just talking about the bullshit, you know what I'm saying? I can't stand the bullshit. Like, I always think about this, like, okay,
All right.
my favorite guy, I should be getting that. I need to file a complaint against one of your colleagues.
Names?
Witt.
Wit.
Yeah, I would assume he's in, like, traffic division.
WIT?
WITT.
You know the
Jason Witt.
you know serial?
Yeah, serial is 35835.
Okay. Date and time?
This would have been yesterday, 10 a.m.
Location?
This has been on Sunset, west of Highland.
In West Traffic?
Well, yeah, I assume so. It was a motorcycle cop, so yeah.
Okay.
So,
Anything happen?
two things. He refused to identify himself when I asked for his business card or his serial number. He said nothing. And the second thing is violation of 22-500. He was riding his motorcycle up on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Special notation to complaint supervisor Chow. Tell him that I want everything emailed. Don't call me. He has a tendency to try to call me to get information. I don't accept phone calls. If he wants any questions he has, he could email me.
Okay. What else?
That's it. You can send me a CF the next day or so.
Anything else?
That's it. You got my email?
Need a business card?
No. You got my email?
I have your email.
All right. Thanks. This guy, they asked me for documentation.
All
All right, brother. You be safe out there, man.
Nice seeing you, man.
All right.
God bless you, man.
Yeah, you be safe out there, man. You waiting for somebody right now? What's going
I'm
on?
waiting for my people really so they can send me some money. I have no bread. Because I came out here and got drunk with the girl, and then we was drinking, and I had like $40, and I spent that. I'm talking to my nephew right now. He stayed way in Atlanta. But I was
We're in Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
Atlanta, by Victorville.
Yeah.
And you Cuban, huh? And black.
I'm not.
You black, huh?
I'm black and white.
Hey, man.
I'm recording, so don't say too much, bro.
Yeah.
Because I just got finished recording now because I've been some bullshit with
Yeah,
them.
hear me, man.
No, just cops in general, some motorcycle cops.
Yeah, they try to blame me for
the
knowing too
cop?
much of their business. No, it's Southwest. I had to
Oh,
get,
it's
I had to
Southwest.
squabble with them. I had a little running with about
So
9
it's-
of them. And they thought they was gonna take me down. I'm like, man, come on, man.
When was that?
About 3 weeks ago, I said, man, y'all can't take me down, man. And y'all got the kicking, roundhousing, and
Where was it? Where?
it was right on Vermont and King Boulevard.
Okay.
And they were just trying to rough me up. I'm like, man, hold on, man. You know, I'm an older dude, but I'm in good shape, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, you know, I give you a little run for it. It was 9 of them. They couldn't even restrain me. And I'm like, hey, man, this how y'all gonna abuse me? You know, I paid my dues, man. I've been in the penitentiary 4 or 5 times. I just beat cancer. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go through all them gymnastics, man. I got too many kids and too many grandbabies, man. I'm just trying to live one day at a time.
I hear you, brother.
What's your name again?
My name's William.
William?
Yeah.
I'm Rick, man.
Rick, it's good
Nice
meeting you,
meeting you,
man.
man.
You're a good
Nice
dude,
seeing
man.
you, man.
I hope everything goes well, brother.
Yeah, I hope so too, man.
All right, man.
You gotta talk to me, man. Leave me alone. I don't know, bro.
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
It's a battle I can't win.
That's 30 versus 1 is not good odds. I said 30 versus 1 ain't good odds. You know what I'm saying? You can't win, man. All right, brother. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I hear you. You got to move smart right now, though. I say you got to move smart. You got to.
I got to be short, man. But it's just that that's a problem I don't need, man. And they keep trying to force me to like, hey, man, I'm working all these people in every neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you do. You gotta go talk to. They're gonna grab everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna grab every kid in every neighborhood, and they're gonna come down, and it's gonna be a war. You know, because they just called it on the phone. That's something we don't need as a people.
Okay.
We fuck the business up.
Yeah.
We don't need no money to enjoy everything.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's nice meeting you, man.
All right. It's good meeting you, brother.
Yeah, man.
You too. Happy New Year, brother. Man, everybody telling me their problem. I don't even know what he said. I'll be honest. I don't even know what he was saying. Everybody's probably, he wanted me to take a stand on it, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to sleep. I am so fucking tired. Yeah, so people who are just tuning in now, people ask me, so what's my stand on it? Fuck all you. That's my stand on everybody. Fuck everybody. My stand is I worry about my damn self. Got it? Don't ask me anymore. I'm done with it. It'll be a long time before I'll be thinking about some fucking Scientology shit. I gave that shit a year and a half of my life, way longer than I thought I was. I did my part. This shit is not protesting Scientology right now. This is not. This is just fucking romper room bullshit. People, drama happened, so you gotta make reaction videos to the drama, and man, I don't care. I listen to people's shit all day long. I'm tired of listening to people's shit. You guys figure it out. This shit has been long. Here's what I'd say. You want to have a movement that's successful, you gotta bring new people in. What new person would want to be involved with protesting of this with these people? Who? Who's gonna be like, oh man, it's a cause I can get behind, all these fucking weirdos. All this drama. Drives people away. Like I said, when I was in there doing that shit on Hollywood Boulevard, started me, then Jessica, and then Chris, and then all. Next thing you know, we'd have 75, 100 people. This shit was talked about all over the damn country. Had 100 streamers and shit. You grow things, and that's how you can hurt, create damage. But I said it back in January when they closed the doors. January 20th. I said they're gonna retreat inside and have all these people out here filming have nothing to film, so they all start beefing, start arguing, create all sorts of arguments and drama, and they start feeding off each other. You can go look at my old videos. I was saying this a long time ago. I saw all this shit coming. And I'm like, yo, just don't fucking take the bait. And then drama, more drama. What protesting is really done? I don't. And what new person tunes in to any of the Scientology protesting and is like, damn, they got their shit together. It's a whole ass, it's embarrassing. People like, hey, ain't you the guy who started the Scientology stuff? No. Nah. It was different. I was just doing the test center. All this other stuff, I don't have anything to do with it. There's your answer, guys. Don't ask me anymore. Don't send me more emails. There are smaller YouTube channels that are protesting Scientology. Good for them. Thank you. Hopefully those small ones stay out of the bullshit. Stay out of the bullshit. The small, I guess the only thing I can recommend for you, I don't want anything to do with this shit. But those small ones, just stay focused. Just keep on hitting Scientology. Don't worry about the drama. Don't worry about the drama. Don't start beefing with each other. Just focus on Scientology. Scientology will love for you guys to start creating all sorts of interpersonal beefs and stuff, teams and reaction videos to beef and stuff. That's what Scientology would love for you guys to do that. Don't fall for that. Stay focused on making them the target. Make sure every one of your videos is focused on how you're somehow hurting Scientology. Why? You guys, you don't even know what happened. I don't feel like explaining it. Don't even feel like explaining it. I was watching him. He didn't think I was watching him. Oh, here he comes. Which one is it? You guys think I'm fucking stupid. Okay. I'm not even gonna tell you what just happened. So ever since I launched that website, boy, these guys are just some real fucking dickheads. These are all new cops and they think they've been doing little dumb shit, like just dumb little shit to try to, little harassing things, tiny little things. Keep circling the block every time I walk down certain blocks. But these are new cops who don't know me. They're just like, oh, I heard this guy fucks with the cops. Okay, you want to play this game? Okay. Let me get your name. Anybody puts my name in some shit, demanding I do something, first off, I'm gonna call your bitch ass out. Keep my fucking name out your mouth. You guys like drama and beef and all that shit. I don't care for this shit. That's all you guys fucking do. It's all you're about. Keep my fucking name out your mouth. Fucking weirdos. Just drama queens. Everybody's a fucking drama queen. The funny thing is, people like that, they end up burning themselves out anyway. It becomes all about the drama and people, you just completely lose the plot of what they're here for. And you're not even fucking involved. You just gotta weigh in with some shit. You're not even a direct party. Did anybody ask for your help? Did either one of them people ask for your help? You use that for your own shit. You guys don't really care. Like, you don't care about the individuals. You don't. You'll use to fight your own battles. And that's some bitch ass shit. Chump shit. Chump shit. Like I said, this movement has become smaller and smaller. When do you see new protesters coming around and stuff?
People stop, Paul.
Huh?
Dad, you slapped me last time? Oh, we talked last time. You're a vape.
No, you don't know me,
The
brother.
vape, remember? I was that guy over there by the store right there?
No.
You have a couple bucks?
Yeah, that was you. I don't have $5 on me, man.
Okay, so next time I see you,
Next time I see you,
brand new box.
because you wanted a vape last time.
Yeah. Your son, he usually scared me, but he threw alcohol in my face for no reason.
Oh, man.
He did that out of his own action.
Oh, man, that's not good. I do remember him, though. He was not doing well. Like I said, people who were like, "Oh, I care about," they don't care. Those people don't care. They care about the drama. They don't care about the individuals. They'll use them. Like I said, people like that, all that shit's gonna burn out. And I don't give a shit. Foggy. Back to the cop stuff, guys. That's my real battle. Where's the biggest gang in America? Is that being serious about that? Biggest gang, I mean, if you want to say the popular thing is the sheriff's department, but I mean, I don't know. Can you get a shout out? Absolutely not. Talon, absolutely not. Did ZDT get arrested? Nah. ZDT's gonna have 120,000. His bail's gonna be set at $120,000. Now, with that having been said, I don't want to talk about him either. Like I said, he gets by off of everybody talking about him, so don't talk about him. What does he got? 50 people watching him? Don't talk about him. I only cared when he talked about Solomon. I couldn't give a fuck about what he has to say about me. But Solomon got him out of balls. This guy is on the way out, and I don't care. When he might get arrested in a month, might get arrested in 6 months. It's going to happen, and then that's it. It's a wrap. Let him play out his little games now, but he'll get caught. Oh man, he was just doing a wheelie. Wait till they start talking about 50,000. Is Dave Mustaine's star? I don't even know who that is. I couldn't tell you where one person's star is. I live here, but I don't know. I've never really looked at the stars. Alan Hale, who I have no idea who they are. Pepe Barreto, no idea. Freddie Martin, I have no idea who they are. Hal March, no idea. McDonald Carey, no idea. Jay Silverheels, no idea. Frank Sinatra, yeah, I know. Sammy Chan, no idea. Luis Dresser, no idea. Isaac Stern, it's funny. I have no idea who they are. I think isn't that like a jazz composer or a jazz? Go ahead, man. All right. Monty Woolley, no idea. Ralph Bellamy, no idea. Andre Castellanets, no idea. Patrick Knowles, no idea. John Stahl, no idea. Evelyn Brent, no idea. Everybody get a star. Who else wants to start? Leslie Howard. Orson Welles, I know Orson Welles. Zasu Pitts, no idea. Ed Gardner, I know that one name. Fred Waring, I have no idea. Tay Garnett, no fucking idea. French Hot Tone, no idea. Linda Carter, I know that. Olga Petrova, no idea. James Melton. I never looked at this shit before. There's a reason why I don't know these people. Dr. Seuss, there we go. That's a good one. Van Johnson. Van Johnson sounds like a pet name for somebody's penis. Mr. Rogers. I know Mr. Rogers with his corny. I know his vest was itchy as hell. Or his sweater. Tim Burton. Sir Charles Hardwick. I don't know, man. I don't know. See this liquid on the ground? You never know what it is. So you go around it. You never know what it is. I heard Mr. Rogers was a huge fucking player. Where's LAPD? They're not around. She wants more. Get her another one. He should have got another one, right? He should have got another one for her. Rip Taylor, I know that name. All right, I'm done looking at these stars. I feel like a tourist. Now all I need is a fucking gimbal, and I feel a complete dork, just like Jessica. Those driverless cars, the Waymos, are everywhere. You're not gonna see, they're gonna crush Uber and Lyft. Because they must be crushing them, because they are everywhere. Come on, don't hit me, bro. Are you homeless, Will? I'm homeless. I go to court against Joey next week, guys. I'm not doing a damn live. Like I said, I'm sick of that shit. You guys can all figure this shit out on your own. But like I said, I'm gonna start doing more sort of screen sharing stuff. I guess it'd be more like a sort of like a podcast. in studio type stuff. It's just a lot easier to go through. I got so much information on so many cops. It's just so much easier to do it that way than to just edit up videos. Streets, do you wear your shoes in the house? Nah. I ain't gonna walk over here, track it up inside. As crazy as Jessica says she wears her shoes in the bed. I was like, what the hell? After leaving Hollywood Boulevard? I found out a weird story about Jessica. So apparently when she was little, she was like 3 years old, she wanted a pony. She kept on asking for a pony. She wanted a pony for Christmas, a pony. And her family's like, we live in the suburbs, you can't get a pony. And she, Jessica, she demanded a pony. So what they did is they bought her a little tricycle, a My Little Pony tricycle. And she loved it. So she started doing weird shit. She started taking it and bringing it to bed and like sleeping with it, hugging it. But apparently it's to this day, there you go, this is a hamburger guy. Nah, fuck you. Fuck you, pussy.
You still mad at me?
I don't give a fuck about you. Fuck you. Am I still mad at him? Anyway, so Jessica, she was sleeping in the bed with her My Little Pony bicycle, but she still does this day. So apparently she sleeps with a mountain bike. There she is, the best food vendor in Hollywood, my favorite person. The podcast would be dope. It would just be a lot easier to do things. The process of editing up a video, it just takes so long. Remember the $9.99 hoodies? I don't think this person's gonna make it, I'll be honest with you. But I appreciate the effort. If he starts singing, I'll go back and see how good it is. But he's taking too long to lead up. I'm not trying to be out here all night. Podcast will be dope. Think so?
Yeah.
Because it'd be focused on mostly, obviously, policing, local politics, and local policy. But to me, it's like I could do an hour podcast sort of thing, do screen sharing. I could spend an hour doing that, and that's an hour doing that. If I wanted to make an hour-long video, then I have to edit it up and take pictures and video and documents and stuff. That would take me an hour-long one. It would take me days. That would literally take me days to do. So it just seems like it would be so much easier to sort of just do it with, like the screen sharing type of thing. Show the documents or whatever, videos or whatever it is, along with the commentary. It seems like I'd be so much more efficient with my time. I could bust out way more videos about shit that really matters. You know what I'm saying? That really matters. Get into the weeds. Maybe every now and then have somebody on there to discuss policy, because I could get some people. Oh man, I'm gonna have to track you down on Hollywood Boulevard to get the deets now. No, I've been thinking about this for like a week. Podcast takes away from having to watch your environment. I'm not so worried about that. You'd be surprised how unbelievably safe I am in Hollywood, except for that motherfucker right there. As long as I stay in my neighborhood. But you never know. I'll be honest with you, I never really watch my environment anyway. Like, the whole looking over your shoulder thing. I don't really do a whole lot of that. I do none of that. Somebody want to take me out. It's not hard. William, how about coming to Sydney for a short break? Have you watched? I've watched you now for 12 months, and have you seen him take a break for on a holiday? I have not. My last vacation was in July 2023, and I still had sort of a broken foot. And then I was in New York City fucking with the cops. Every chance I got. I actually posted a video on the short on my YouTube where I would ask the cop, said something about him being an animal get that animal off that horse. That was in summer of 2023. Apparently that meant I was actually, just happened, I'm supposedly visiting New York to see Jessica. See what I'm saying? This is the dumb shit I gotta deal with. I'm so tired of all that. I just want to talk about policy. I want to talk about policing. I don't want to talk about baby shit. This is baby shit. I don't want to talk about baby shit anymore. But yeah, no, I am going to do that podcast. As long as you guys tune in. I don't even know if you would call it a podcast. I guess it would be, but because if you want me to just sit down in front of a computer showing you documents and talking about, or showing you videos, whether the videos that I've captured or other videos that are important, I can get way more across that way. Way more. Like, you guys have no idea how much stuff I'm working on. I don't talk about it. For a reason. I like sharing some stuff, but you don't want to talk about everything. Like, I like to tease a lot of stuff. Sometimes I tease a little too much. Like I said, last time I was at the LAPD commission meeting a few weeks ago, and my lips were so dry, my whole face. And the night before, I pretty much was telegraphing that I was coming there to talk about them interviewing that sexual predator to be chief, Al Labrada. And boy, right as they're about to have public comment, Rasha Shields, one of the commissioners, stopped it. And she's like, I just want to clarify something about the LA Times report about us interviewing him that is untrue. I was like, man, I was just about to talk about that. You think you're going to throw me off now? You think, oh, okay, he was playing. First off, I don't plan my speeches. I always get up there and freestyle. I might have an idea what I was going to talk about. I knew I was talking about that. So I was like, all right, go talk about something else. I got to talk about shit. They give you 3 minutes to talk. I need like 30 minutes in the LAPD commission meeting. There's so many things to go off on. Filing a complaint with the bar against Elizabeth Rhodes, the director of Office of Constitutional Constitutional Policing and Policy, because that fucking dumbass is a whole ass liar. So if she's gonna lie to me to protect the LAPD, I think we should re-examine her status with the bar. I can prove she's a liar. So I want to see what this outcome will be. I bet she wasn't thinking about that before, but she better be thinking about it now. These are the things I would rather be talking about than somebody's fucking personal life. This is shit that matters. It matters to my community and the things that are going on. I don't have to drop what I'm doing to talk about other people's bullshit. That's important to you. It's not important to me. Debbie, I appreciate that. LA Deb, hey Deb, what's going on? Audit is so good at the meetings along with you, because Audit, listen, I'm gonna break some news to you guys, right? I'm a little bit of an asshole, just a little bit, right? But Audit it's like a good cop, bad cop thing. Audit's gonna suck you in with some kindness that you're not even gonna see it, and then crush you, yeah, man. like a scorpion. She's so good, but she's so relentless. And that's the thing, like, nothing. I remember I was telling Solomon and just anybody when he was first trying to get charges against that weirdo, none of this is going to come fast. It's going to take some time. It's a slow process. You got to hammer away at it, but you also have to pace yourself too. Like, I never get angry when something happens with the police and they start screwing me. I know you can't, you have to pace yourself. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a year, 2 years. But when you're relentless, you make progress to the point now, from a practical standpoint, you're like, well, they still close down the street at the Blue Building, but they close it down less because of audit. They don't close it down. They do 5 days a week rather than 7. But she keeps on hammering them, and so they got rid of that whole department. Don't fucking hit me. They got rid of that whole department. I forget, it was one of the streets departments or something, because of audit. Because she fucking hammered them. And you break them down bit by bit, one chip at a time. It takes some time. But you have to be relentless with it. They expect you to go away after a while. They think, okay, they can only deal with this for so long, but then they're gonna go away. You gotta stick with it. I'm dealing with stuff with the police department, individual things. Like I said, the issue with them destroying the shooting documents, I started filing that complaint, 2 years ago? And we're still going through with it. My next investigative article on filmthepolicela.com will be about something that happened in December 2020. December 2020. With the Black Fool incident. But there's been a whole process from then to now. So we're talking about 4 years. It's 4 years. They thought I was going to go away during that time, and that I would never find these documents. But I found them one by one. I keep on it's just never ending. So you have to be persistent with it. You have to pace yourself. You have to stay focused. Here's how I do it, guys. This is my focus. What is my end goal? What is my goal? How am I going to get there? And when it comes to the goal, what is practical? What is achievable? That's what I'm focused on. How long will it take? Will it take a year? Will it take 2 years? Will it take 3 years? And then I stay focused. See, I got ADHD, so I have to do little games with myself to stay focused. So people ask me, why don't you answer your text messages? Because if I start answering text messages, the next thing I know, it'll just get sidetracked for hours and so I have to prioritize my time. And so I just look at my texts once a day. People who really need to get in touch with me, they know how to get in touch with me. But I check my text once a day. And I have to put people off a little bit, because otherwise I'll never get anywhere. So I have to stay, I set up these little tasks like, okay, here's my goal, here's how I'm gonna get there. And I focus on staying on point and don't let shit from the side distract me. I mean, you get caught up in little fights along the way. And of course, you have to adjust along the way. Famous quote, Mike Tyson, everybody has a game plan until you get punched in the face. You gotta be ready to get punched in the face, and then from there, adjust. But staying focused on that end goal. That's how I do things. But I have a goal in the end, how I'm gonna get there. I told you when I first started this whole Scientology thing, I was like, motherfucker told me to suck his cock. I was like, all right, I'm gonna fucking kill their religion. I think I can. I started doing the calculations in my head. I'm like, okay, what is it gonna take to get there? What's the process gonna be? How I do it? And I was just sitting there, just standing there, just doing it. I'm like, shit, man, I think in a year, I can get a bunch of people, I can get a crowd of people out here protesting. It took like 2 months, like 3 months. More like 5 months. So I try to stay focused on that and growing things. I cannot hold the LAPD accountable on my own unless I bring the public along with me. Make people conscious about things and be like, you know what, damn, yeah, he's right. You have to win people over bit by bit. I am thankful with Scientology in that aspect for my cop watching, because I think it brought in a bunch of people to see who naturally trusted the police. And they got a chance to get a glimpse to see how rotten they can be, especially with how they protected Scientology. So I think people saw that. So I am thankful for that. It definitely also you know, like I said, it broadened my base for my cop watching stuff. So I'm happy with that. The rest of the shit, man, fuck that. Like, there's some activist groups I actively stay the fuck away from. There's clown show shit. I just can't stand it. Ineffective, feckless, distracted, disorganized. I'm not gonna name the groups. I mean, I'll name some of them, man, shit. Don't get me started about Black Lives Matter. That's a joke ass. Some joke shit. They're just fucking embarrassing. But they're better than what this national YouTube Scientologist movement has become. I'll tell you that much. Anybody's better than them. Except for RevComs. They're fucking nuts. Revolutionary communists. They're the worst. They're a cult too. They got some guy they want to make David Avakian. They want to make him dictator of the United States. That man, shut the fuck up with your weirdo shit. I'll sit down and look at the chat for a minute because I didn't look at anything anybody said. Really. Alcohol is amazing. I don't drink, man. Fuck that shit. Hitler's Mercedes. What is going on? I should audit those in Congress. I fucking hate Congress. I hate every politician. I mean, I guess there are a couple, but I can't think of any offhand. I think they're all just jokes for the most part. Like, no one's serious. Name a car for an edit. Guys, I'm sitting here answering questions and stuff. Jessica will tell you that I'm doing my after dark voices. I'm just talking normal. Bernie, listen, man, like Bernie's different. I will say this, like the H1B, let's talk about policy a little bit. H1B visa thing, he's absolutely right on that, right? So the argument with the H1B visa is that we have positions that need to be filled, but we don't have enough skilled or people to do those jobs. So we have the visa program to get people from other countries to come in and fill those jobs. The problem is that we have is, and it's just the truth, is the fact that the program is just used to bring in cheap labor. So you have people like Elon and whoever who say, you should be working 80 hours a week, and then he's hiring engineers for Tesla who are getting paid $80,000 a year. But when you're doing $80 a week, 80 hours a week, that works out to only just about minimum wage, a little above minimum wage to be an engineer. Yeah, of course you're not going to find Americans to do that. And also, do we want people to work 80 hours a week? Do we want to normalize that? We talk about family values. How can you have any family values when you have to work 12 hours a day, 7 days a week? All right. When do you see your family? You go home, you go to sleep. When can you actually take care of yourself or have any type of life? Do we want to normalize that? So we use H-1Bs to come in and fill those positions for cheap. At the same time, you'll lay off 20,000 employees and bring in 2,000 H-1Bs. And that's crazy. First off, that's exploitation, right? And then what that does is that leads to wage suppression for everybody else. That drives down wages across the board. Why is that a good thing? And so if you look at it's the weirdest, I don't know, the weirdest allies with this right now, you have like the far right MAGA type who is like H-1Bs are fucked up. And then you have the far left who are like H-1Bs are fucked up, and Bernie Sanders came out against that either yesterday or today. And so that's a weird thing where then you have like moderate and liberal Democrats, not leftists, but more moderate, who are like defending the H-1Bs. And you have like the tech Republicans who are defending the H-1Bs. So that's my thing on it. I'm not anti-immigration in any sense. But when you're using the H-1B programmed that way. You are literally exploiting the system, and at the same time, you're just, like I said, you're driving down wages. You're displacing workers here who could be doing that. So here's my rant on that. I became so involved in solitary. It became an issue. I cannot believe how people were involved in the cops coming, guns blazing, and phone calls. Yeah, man. Here's what I would say though: you want to avoid being swatted. Don't show your location. When you see me show my location, I'm in Hollywood Boulevard. If somebody calls the cops on me swatting me on Hollywood, trust me, the police are going to come and they're not going to pull guns on me. There's not. They're already aware. They're like, hey, listen, guys, they call on William and stuff. We don't want that fucking drama because then he's going to be demanding answers from the chief of police, become a whole ass drama queen. He's going to be completely fucking annoying. Let's just not do that. If I leave Hollywood, man, I'm not going to show you my location once I leave Hollywood. If I'm driving in South Central or downtown or whatever, you won't see my location. I promise you. Jesus loves you, for God loves us. Oh, God. Okay. You came to my chat to tell me that. You know what? I got to tell you, Charlie, I had never thought about any of that, but now that you came to my chat and you told me about Jesus, it's the first time I ever heard about this, and I am converting. I'm not converting, but you get the point. What the fuck are you doing? Dale, what the fuck am I doing? I am sitting in my car thinking about your wife. That's what I'm doing. How's that feel? McDonald ever answer my emails? Nope, he won't. He's not going to answer my emails until I force him to. So I talked to 2 reporters today, and they said he's not answering their emails either. He's not going to set the precedence of responding to people. He wants to use layers. Talk to the PIL or whatever else. He wants to stay insulated, but at the same time, I'm not going to let that happen. Watch what happens. The pressure I put on him. Swatted, and the person that made the phony call is not held accountable for all the lies. It's going to keep on happening, guys. You got to protect yourself from being swatted. This is what you got to do. You really got to protect yourself. Man causing disturbance in an apartment. Let's see. How far away is this? Do we want to go to that police call? Nah, that's too far. There's the Good After Dark voice. Oh, God. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to do that podcast thing. I've already started because I have to order some shit to make it happen. But I think it'll be good. Straight out anywhere. Did you have dinner? Yes, I made kale pesto. What do you think about that? I don't know. It comes prepackaged at Trader Joe's. You get the pesto sauce. And what I did, I made rigatoni pasta. And then afterwards, once it was cooked, I put a little bruschetta in it just to let it sit for a second. And I added the pesto to it. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was very good. It was good because I made it the other day too, but now I've eaten like 3 times in the last 5 days, so it's kind of like rigatoni is 100. I know. Serpico. So I didn't see a question about Serpico. He reached out to me a couple of years ago, said if I need any help with stuff, just let him know, and I just never kind of got back to him. You don't like kale? Yeah, listen, kale sucks actually, but the way that the pesto is made is pretty good. Now, I prefer basil pesto or like a parsley pesto or cilantro, whatever. Invite Serpico on my pot. I would. You look like Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Everybody says that. I really don't look like him. But I mean, if you guys say so, that's not a bad. I'm a little bit more muscular than him. He's kind of like a little flimsy little soy boy. Never heard of swatting until Scientology. Yeah, swatting they actually happen mostly like with streamers. Honestly, it's been going on with streaming for a long time. And listen, man, we all know overall streamers are idiots, right? So overall, think of like Jack Doherty and all them. Like they're some fucking idiots. So sometimes you're like, man, people are swatting them and nobody really cared because people were getting swatted were a bunch of fucking idiots. The main reason I usually use kale when I make my smoothies. One thing I will say about kale is like if you let it sit in your refrigerator too long, it's like one day it's fine and the next day your whole house stinks. Like don't let it go bad. Don't let kale go bad. Don't let cabbage go bad. Don't let cauliflower or broccoli go bad. Avocado pesto sounds interesting. Y'all trying to edge. Do you think that the governor of California is to blame for all the crime in California? So here's the truth, guys. Crime in California is like at the lowest it's been in 30, 40 years. Murders at this time in 1980s, 1990s were 3 times higher. Crime is way down. What we have now, though, is we have Citizen app, we have social media where we're seeing things happen that you didn't know were happening before. So I listen to the radio and stuff. And like right now around me, I don't hear sirens. I don't hear anything going on. I'm like, oh, wow, seems like it's fine. But you listen to the radio and there's tons of shit going on. So the shit is always going on. It's just that we have access to more things now. And there's a different crime going on. Some things that are just more in your face, like basic like street vagrancy and, vandalism and stuff. Yeah, you have a lot more of that now. What happened is years ago, we passed a law to say, you know what, we shouldn't lock up people for small crimes, right? We passed that. I think it was Prop 47 or something like that. But it was 2 parts. We were going to shift that money to mental health. What we did is we stopped making those crimes essentially, but we didn't fund the mental health aspect of it. And so a lot of people on the street who would normally be locked up for small crimes who really need some fucking help. They either mental health issues, addiction issues, things like that. And listen, addiction is a real fucking thing. Everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody on the street. A lot of people on the street are on drugs, and a lot of times they're on the street on drugs because they have mental health issues, and that's how they medicate. My whole thing is, we have people out there on the street who have mental health issues. They have to get medication. But if you talk to these people on the street, they say, yeah, I have to go once a month to the other side of downtown to get my medication. Once a month. You know what happens is, first off, it's hard for them to get across town to sit in line for 5 hours. Secondly, once they do get it, they come back. Next thing you know, they lose their medication. Then what? Then they're fucked. I've always felt that the best way to handle it is if people on the street have mental health issues, they should have people who actually deliver their medication to them daily to make sure they get it. That's because you have to stabilize them to get them off the street. I believe in housing first, where you can bring people into an apartment and then try to stabilize them, get them off drugs. But sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes people are like, man, you're going to put me in an apartment over here by MacArthur, or not by MacArthur, or someplace, wherever, Downey. But my drug dealer's over here in Hollywood. You know where they're going to be? They're going to be in Hollywood and not going to be at their apartment in Downey. So, sometimes we have to start getting them medicated, working in that way. The way we handle issues right now with mental health is we don't address it. And then these people remember, 4% of people are responsible for 50% of 911 calls. Well, why don't we address that 4%, and then we don't have half those 911 calls who are fucking up the system, so people are complaining like, oh, they never come, they come too late. So they're not dealing with those bullshit. And again, you ask the cops, do you want to handle mental health calls? Do you want to handle narcotic calls? People on narcotics calls? Do you want to handle calls relating to people who are experiencing homelessness? They say, hell no, I didn't sign up to be a cop for that. And I agree with them. I don't want you to do that job. It's not your expertise. It's unfair. It's unfair to ask a cop to do that, to handle that. It's unfair. So let's take that job away from them. Let's get the right amount of mental health professionals out there on the street. Let's get people on their medication. Let's get them stabilized and then take it from there, not the dumb shit we're doing now. Everything we're doing right now is dumb. Can we ever get an answer for why 10 officers show up at every call? Please explain this. Because we have way too many cops. They want to keep on hiring more, even though they're losing them. We have plenty of cops. We have a lot of cops. They claim they're understaffed, but you see, there's 10 people on every call for a reason. They're trying to give them something to do. It's just a little bit of insanity. Dave Chappelle calls it the age of spin. We have too much access to too much information. If we had cameras during World War II, you would think that was the end of the world. Can you imagine? You are absolutely right, Kathy. The shit that used to go on, there's a lot of information right now, a lot of things going on. You see access to people's lives, you know. Unk does it curve. Oh, God. Comedians think they're smart. Sometimes. Not enough social workers. Not enough social workers. Not enough social workers. And that was another thing I also wanted to do. Like, okay, we're going to pay these cops higher salaries. How about we make sure, you know, first off, the LAPD, all you need to get in is a GED. I'd like to see people have to, like in New York City, at least the NYPD, they have to get an associate's degree. If you get an associate's degree, most likely you're going to get it in criminal justice, who are going to learn the basics about the Constitution. They come in with that base, where they don't have that in the LAPD. But more importantly, I'd like to see them get college degrees, or preferably, wouldn't it be awesome if some of them actually have like certifications in social work and then they become cops? I believe that they would approach policing totally differently. They pay them like shit. The social workers, man, they make like social workers, man. Social workers are one step above being homeless themselves. That's how little they get paid. Yeah, no, there's no money in social work. It's absolutely none. It's like they'll get paid $45,000 a year, $50,000, and you know, in LA, that's not good for LA. You dated a cop and he was poor too. It must not have been an LAPD cop. Remember, the average LAPD cop last year averaged $132,000 after overtime. Rookies in 2 years will be making $96,000 before overtime. After overtime, they'll be making like $120,000 for a rookie. I checked. So this is incomplete data, and I was looking it up yesterday. You guys can go to the LA City Controller's website and look up pay for cops. And and this is incomplete data. This is basically data through like maybe the third quarter of last year. There were 80 cops who made more than the governor of California. 80 cops. But that's incomplete data. I would imagine that once it gets updated, it'll be more like 150 cops who make more than the governor of California. Now, listen, I think the governor of California is a dipshit, right? Like, it's something about his greasy hair. He has that, like, used car salesman thing going on. But at the end of the day, you are the governor of California, and there's no way. Like, why would we have 80, 90, 100, 150 cops making more than the governor of California? That's insanity. And it's unsustainable, too. Yeah, he's got that greasy hair. He's just, I don't know, he's kind of shifty. And he'll probably be the Democrats' choice for president. Yeah, man. I can talk about fraud in our government all like nonstop. It would be weird if I register for my neighborhood council this month. Which I'm thinking about doing. I'm doing like a little hostile. The lady that's the president of the neighborhood council in Hollywood, she got 28 votes. She got 28 votes last time. I think I can get more than 28 votes. But I want to do it with like I want to bring like 3 people in with me and do a hostile takeover. You like the new DA? I think the new DA is in for a rough ride right now. So here, let me explain this. So like I said, we have this narrative that crime is out of control and stuff. But if you actually look at the real numbers, the lowest crime we've had in the last 40 years was 2019. That was the low point. Then there was a spike during COVID. We're basically back at 2019 levels, which makes it about the safest time in 40 years, right? At the same time, you know, the new DA says he's going to come in, he's going to get tougher on crime, he's going to lock more people up. One thing I'll say is, like, the jails are overflowing, the jails are full. There's no space in the jails. The courts are telling the state that they have to do something about the overcrowding. So he says he wants to lock up more people, but there's really nowhere you can lock them up. At the same time, the crime data is super low to the point where I think it's actually unsustainable. I think crime is going to go on an uptick this year, especially I think there's going to be some. Listen, we've had a long time since our last true recession, right? Recessions are cyclical. They usually happen, say, every 7 years. We haven't had a real recession except for during COVID, but that was a weird recession. That was a different sort of recession. It wasn't a natural one. We weren't at a cyclical point, but there was a lot of corrections done. There was a lot of overcorrections. I think we're getting to the point now where in the next, say, year or so, 2 years, we're going to have a real recession. And with recession comes crime, right? Crime increases. If you ever look at when crime increases, it always happens during an economic downturn. So it's kind of funny, right? If we want to address crime, maybe we want to take care of the economic aspects that are going on to reduce crime rather than defund the city, put more money into useless programs like Inside Safe and, overspending on cops and focus it elsewhere. But, I digress on that. But I think crime is going to be going down. I think Chief McDonald knows that, and I think he's trying to get ahead of it because he keeps on saying people, report crime. I don't think people are reporting crime like they used to. Please start reporting it. And that's, it's kind of a lie. Like I saw him at the LAPD commission meeting because he had making a statement about how violent crime isn't being reported, and they're talking about assaults and murders. I'm like, come on, you're going to tell me people are not reporting murders. Like, people are just getting shot right there and nobody's saying anything. The body just sits there and just people are just walking over it and just nobody ever talks about it like it's in fucking Calcutta or something like that. No, that's not happening. I'm sorry. That's not happening. But I think he's going to say when crime increases, he's like, well, it's people are reporting it now. And whatever, he's trying to get ahead of it. So, like I said, I think the new DA promised some things. Like I said, crime is at the lowest point in Gascon. That happened under Gascon. So it's hard to sort of say Gascon isn't holding people accountable and crime is down. And you look at the programs that he had, like the no bail programs, and you look at the recidivism rate on that, and it was like fantastic. So for more cop training, I mean, I would listen, man. You want to talk about my program on how to address the policing and stuff? Like I said, I'm not an abolitionist. I think that some people do some crimes, and rape, child molestation, murder. The people need to be put on timeout. You can't just get in therapy and be like, okay, that's gonna fix it. I'm sorry, that's crazy. What will Karen Bass do with the homeless leading up to the Olympics game? Karen Bass is a buffoon, right? So Karen Bass's model of governing is she doesn't really understand being a mayor. She's been a congresswoman, one of 435 people in Congress who you try to come up with a piece of legislation. It takes a couple years and you have like 50 co-sponsors and you make all sorts of concessions and guys just basically go on the floor and make a speech every now and then. They're not actually like taking care of potholes in the street on a day-to-day basis, right? Totally different job. I think she's totally not up for it, right? I don't think she understands LA. She's been in Washington for fucking 20 years, 30 years, whatever it is. I don't think she understands LA. I don't think she understands being a mayor. So what she does is she relies on other people. She relies on consultants and entrenched interests to handle everything. And these people are a bunch of nimrods, a bunch of idiots. And on top of it, they fleece the damn system. They're in self-enriching bullshit. And so she relies on those people, and I don't think they have a clue on how to address homelessness before the Olympic Games. Now, Karen Bass is going to tell you that homelessness is down, right? Let me show you how this is bullshit, right? Homelessness is higher right now than when she came into office. That's a fact. It dipped down from the highs under her last year. And I don't trust anything that her best friend in the housing authority comes up with. So here, let me show you this. This is homelessness. This is where we're at. See this bar right here? So it had a tiny dip right there, but Karen Bass came into office right here. So that's when she came into office right here. That's where it is right now. Homelessness is up under her, not down. And she says it's the first time it's dipped in 20 years, whatever. No, actually, you see it actually dipped right here in 2018. 2018. Now, under 2020, it spiked in COVID and it's been going up. Now, it's a slight dip from last year, but again, she came into office in December 2022. This is when she came into office, and this is where it's at right now. So, no, homelessness is not down under Karen Bass. She would like you to believe that. I filed a CPRRA with the mayor's office, so I asked for a few things. I asked for what are the total number of hotel nights for our homeless program. So our program is essentially she puts people up in hotels, homeless people, at the cost of $4,000 a month that we give the hotels, and another $13,000 for their what they call wraparound care, social workers and food and all that. They're not getting any of that. They're getting a $100 gift card a week to buy food, which is honestly isn't enough. Let's be real. Especially when you don't have a kitchen and stuff. You're eating fast food for $100. You could go through that in 2 days. But anyway, so they give them $100 a week. How does that? What do they do with the other $13,000? Oh, it goes into this nonprofit's pocket. That's where it's going, right? So they're becoming rich. Like I said, homelessness is big business in LA, boy. You get rich off of it under Karen Bass. These programs need to be fixed. So what I asked for is, how many hotel nights have we paid for? What has been the total cost of those hotel nights? Because that's the way I can break down how much are we paying each day, each month for these things. The last data we had on it was about a year and a half ago. It was showing that it was costing for each person $17,000 per month. And now they don't release that data. They try to hide that data. I want that fucking data. How are we going to have a program and we're not even seeing how much we're paying for it and how effective it is? We need to know if it's not effective, we need to adjust it. We don't just keep on blindly going along with it, as we spent like $350, $400 million to get this, guys, to get that dip. 400, that's the best we can do. Not to mention the many billions of dollars that go into other homelessness efforts. Come on now, we got to do something. We need to know where the money's going. We need to know how much is being spent. If it's being done ineffectively, then we need to go ahead and make adjustments and find programs that work. We don't need to be stubborn and be like, no, this is my program and I'm going to hide the information. Like, this is bullshit. This is no way to govern. This is a death spiral we're going to go on as a city. And that's not leadership. So I want to know the information on that, and I want them to subtract how many hotel nights came through because we purchased a hotel. I don't want that included in the data because that's a whole different expense. Yeah. So guys, see this? This is the stuff I would rather talk about. I know people find it boring. That's cool. I'd rather talk about stuff like this that matters. It matters to me, matters to my neighborhood, to my community, to my city, than talking about some drama on some whatever else, people's relationships. I don't care about that. This is what I'll focus on. If you ask me about the other shit, I don't care. You'll fuck around and get blocked. I don't care. Go. There are plenty of other channels that are going to do reaction videos on drama. Go over there. I don't feel there are many people who are holding the LAPD accountable. I don't feel that there are many people that are holding the city council, the mayor accountable. And then, so if I'm going to do that, I want to focus my effort on that as much as possible. I don't want to be sidetracked by other shit. I gave enough of my life to fighting Scientology. I have. I've done my part, man. I've done enough. I've given a lot of myself. I've given a lot. I've done enough. Leave me alone with your bullshit. You guys figure that out. You guys, it's all yours. Just do what you're gonna do. I wish you guys luck. Fuck Scientology, take them down. This is what I'm focused on. Don't distract me from this with your shit. I don't want anything to do with it. I tap out. Not to mention I got other important shit like those fucking robots too. Who's holding them accountable right now? No one. No one. Who this fool? Big Al, what's up, brother? I don't know who you are, but I'm that fool. Red I have a question. Uh-oh, here we go. What, Red? What's going on? Not trying to be mean, but you do look like a rock. No, The Rock looks like me. Yes, Hugo has to go. Hugo needs to. What are your thoughts on the drones? I don't know what those drones are. I'll be honest with you. I keep on seeing people talking about how there's a drones in the air. I don't know if this is like a joke, if it's real or not. I honestly, I literally know nothing about that. I just know it's a thing that there are drones, and I don't know. I heard people are telling. I saw somebody that said it was something on China today. I'm like, what the hell does that have to do? Really? I don't know. So like, I don't really. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't like watch the news like that. I don't follow that stuff. There is a robot named Jessica. I was laughing my ass off because I was about to go off on it. I was like, I think I called it a little punk or a little bitch, and I saw it. I'm like, it said Jessica's name. I'm like, oh man, I felt really awful. I'm like, no, I can't call. I would beat somebody up if they called it that. Trump is gonna save America. I don't believe in any politicians like that. I don't trust any of these people. I think Trump's kind of crazy. I think Trump's crazy. I think Biden's crazy. I think Kamala was just whack. Oh look, I'm not even, look at that. Here we go. You asked me if there's a robot named Jessica. Look at that. That's Jessica right there. Look at all that fucking garbage on the ground, guys. Look at all the garbage. Look at. I started filming because the robot got jammed up on some trash. It was stuck. You grew up in Boyle Heights, and any news pertaining to the city is important to me. I get that, Acer. I hate that. I get that. What do I personally think will happen with Eric Adams? Man, Eric Adams is a fucking douchebag. Listen, I complain about Mayor Bass because she's the worst, but she's actually not the worst. Eric Adams is the worst. Holy shit. That guy is about as corrupt. Everybody around him is corrupt. You invest in Bitcoin? Hell no, man. Listen, my personal thought about Bitcoin is you have investments and you have currency, right? Currency is used, the whole point of currency is to use it to buy things. Then you have investment. But what am I investing in other than pure speculation like Bitcoin, right? There's not like some fungible aspect behind it. It's purely speculation based. And then you have the volatility in it. And if you're, if it's a currency, then it's not an investment, right? And the whole point is you use it and create velocity and stuff. So, I mean, listen, I think that if you want to buy drugs from an international cartel, hire a hitman, or purchase prostitutes and stuff, yeah, Bitcoin is probably the way to go and stuff. Other than that, I don't see the real value in it. I don't really understand what is the aspect behind it other than, like I said, it's pretty good way to, purchase those, do illegal shit. But other than that, as an actual investment, doesn't make sense as an investment to me. I know it's like Bitcoin becomes a whole religion too. Don't even get me started about meme coins. It's a good way to lose money. Yeah. William, there are a lot of people who want to help. The problem is they don't know where to begin. That's why your podcast is so educational. Others, yeah. I like the whole idea of what would I invest in? I think there's gonna be a lot. Listen, man. Right now, I think. Listen, I think bonds are a safe place to go. Right? If you want, that's what I think right now, because there's gonna be a lot of shit going on internationally, nationally. I think there's gonna be a lot of just instability throughout the world. I think, yeah, something stable like that. How do I feel about aliens? Listen, I think aliens, the whole alien thing is crazy. But if you talk to my mother, she'll swear by it. Especially like she'll watch, if you show her a documentary on ancient Egyptian aliens and stuff, man, she will fucking love that shit. I'm your favorite daddy. Oh. Put it in a CD. it's just gonna be a fuck show for 4 years. Listen, man, I'm gonna say something. I think that this country is resilient in a way, and any mistakes we make, we have a way of correcting things. I think that at the same time, like I'm a capitalist, right? But I'm super anti crony capitalism. I believe in just fairness across the board, and everybody can compete and do whatever they want. But when you're just rigging the system literally for each other, for people who are very wealthy, um, then that's a problem. I always say pay attention to pop culture when it comes to investing. I wouldn't invest in anything brick and mortar since most stores are closing. Yeah, retail is dead, guys. So you have retail, and then you have everything's done through Amazon. But I wouldn't invest in anything that's related. If like a business that's dependent upon Amazon, I wouldn't trust them too, because there's so much volatility there. In fact, if you're a business that you do the bulk of your orders through Amazon, you could not get a loan. Like no lender is going to lend to you, not to help with inventory and stuff, especially if they can't control that inventory. If it's easily movable, well, they're not relying on what's going in and out of Amazon. It's just it's all third party stuff. So yeah, that's rough stuff. Well, that's a venture capitalism. I don't. Venture capitalism is kind of, man. The thing about venture capitalism is, I mean, there are not many winners. When you do win, you win big, but it's like, one out of every 100 investments. Like, especially like, don't even start about hedge funds. Hedge funds, that's just a scam for people to just draw out fees. Do they even really have hedge funds anymore? The real estate market is jacked up. Yeah, the real estate market, listen, it goes through its fluxes, but then you have these people who are coming in and buying properties up by the thousands and hoarding them to control the market. It's just, then you have other issues where, that's another thing that's going on with Karen Bass right now. She's been blocking, this pisses me off. She's been blocking the construction of single family properties and turning them into apartments. Guys, we want to address the housing crisis. We need to actually build up, right? We need to take lots that could, house 5 people and turn them into apartments where they can house 50 or 100 people. But she's kind of blocking that because she's saying that what was the term that she used? That it's gentrification to do that. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here, guys? We need to build housing. We need to build lots of it. The thing about LA, it's so far behind. We're like 50 years behind the rest of the country when it comes to building. And then we wonder why rents are so goddamn expensive. Like my rent on my block right here, it's rent controlled, and people's rents are $1,900, $2,000 for a little 1-bedroom. Come on now. If you go to a newer places, they're 3,000. A 700 square foot apartment for like 3,800. Like, what the fuck is that? I mean, it's not like New York City. New York City is a different level of some bullshit. It'd be like 300 square feet for $4,000 on the 6th floor of a walk-up. I'm paying 70% of my income on rent. That's awful, JT. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. Does anybody know what the rule of thumb is that you should pay on rent? Should be 33% of your income. That's what it's considered, a safe rent. 70%, man, it's hard to eat. That's just awful. Chicago is affordable. People used to buy a whole house out of a Sears catalog. Yeah, and listen, they're just not building enough. You got to build lots and lots. Listen, you increase the supply and prices go down. Supply and demand, right? You tired of paying insurance and taxes? I'm perfectly willing to pay taxes as long as I feel like my tax dollars are being used properly. And going to fix problems. I think it's terribly frustrating to pay a lot of taxes and then I walk out in the street and they're not even cleaning up garbage. They're not doing street sweeping. They're not addressing the homelessness issues. They're not addressing all these problems, but then paying a shit ton in taxes. That pisses me off. I have no problem paying taxes if I feel like it's going to keep the streets clean. It's going to give people health care. It's going to address basic needs. Like, I can deal with that. And the thing about it is LA and California in general is we have a big tax base. We're a very rich state. We have no problems. I honestly think like we can fix all our problems and probably reduce taxes if we get rid of all the goddamn fraud in the system. It's all fraud and bullshit. That's another thing I can talk about if I do like a podcast with screen sharing is I can walk you through like all these, go through the city clerk's website and go through some of these contracts and you'd be like, what the fuck is this? What kind of scamming ass program is this? No, you'll see things in there. People getting contracts to get GEDs for people in the community, but they don't have to prove how many they actually get for people. They don't have to do shit. They can just pocket that money. Like there's got to be some sort of check and balances on the shit that we spend. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to pay car registration, highway robbery, literally. Yeah, I paid, what was my registration the other day? Like $350. Migrants also get a lot of financial assistance, especially if they have lots of kids. I need to be the mayor. Man, listen, like I said, you elect me to city council. I'm going into every goddamn backroom meeting with Hugo in there. Oh, no, Hugo, I'd run against Hugo. With Marquise Harris Dawson and what's his name, Mike Lee and whoever else. I go in there with a body camera on. There's going to be no secrets. There's going to be no fucking secret deal. They would hate me. I'd be like, yeah, I'm running one term. I'm not here to be loved by you people. I'm coming here. What are you going to pass? I don't want to pass anything. I'm going to expose all these people. Every last one of these people, they're all full of shit. I'm going to call every one of them out. I'd be like, no, I heard you in that fucking meeting back there and you were promising that deal. Why don't you tell the truth to the people? Why don't you tell the truth, huh? I'd be the worst or the best. Stafford B, you know. Stafford B. Last time I saw him, he was hanging out with, what's his name? What's his name from CD, what is it, CD11? What's his name? Brother, man, you know what I'm talking about, right? Charles Patrick. The one who's been arrested or indicted or something junior. I'm having a mind blank. No, not KDL. The black guy, the glasses. His wife is on my nerves. She was talking a lot of shit too to me. Current Price. He was hanging out with Current Price at some function. Loving this convo info. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I could do my own podcast. I could just talk. I could talk your fucking ears off about policy and stuff. Because when I'm not doing this, I'm on the phones with my friends, like reporters. Most of my friends are reporters, right? Like, I don't have many friends. I have a couple reporters friends and Jessica. That's about the extent of who I talk to. But I'm mostly just, when I'm on the phone with my reporter friends, we're just talking about policy. We're talking about what's going on in city council and city hall and, putting ideas off of each other and stuff. So I could talk about this shit all day long. If you're interested in it, you know what I'm saying? I know it's not for everybody talking about these things, but I just feel that, one, again, I can get way more shit out there to talk about. Two, in a lot of ways, I just feel it's important. I can feel like I can steer some of the conversation about these things. Like people like Charles Patrick knows, like Inside Safe and how fucked up it is, and everybody knows it's fucked up, but it's like nobody's doing anything about it. Nobody's talking about it. I feel like I have enough of a following where I can talk about these things and kind of get it out there. For instance, when I was in the police commission the other day, there was that one lady in there. I think she's from Stop LAPD Spying Coalition, but I'm not sure. I don't know who she is. But she went and gave that fire-ass speech talking about how the police department has no right training kids. It was fantastic. And so I posted on TikTok. I posted on Twitter. And I posted on Twitter, and then other people started just clipping it and posting it. It's just like it went all over Instagram, all over Facebook, on Reddit, on just everywhere. And so I just feel like we can create little things and kind of spread out. People need information. Get that information out there in a way that's digestible and people can understand, and then they can take it from there. Like I don't, you know me, I don't give a fuck about ownership of ideas and stuff. I just want to get the information out there and have an effect. So I feel like a podcast would be a good way of getting that done. That went viral. Yeah, she went viral as hell, and she deserved it. I can't wait to see her on Tuesday. I hope she's there on Tuesday. I think she'll be there. Like, take a bow. And she wasn't the only one that was great. Then you also had Hamid from Stop LAPD Spying Coalition, and then you have my boy from he's involved in all the graves. Matios. He was fantastic. Matios is just straight up brilliant. He just fantastic. And of course, Audit was there. Go to bed. How you gonna tell me to go to bed like that? I mean, I do really need to go to bed. I've been tired. Yo, did you sue that cop who kept harassing you? Nah, his video, I think on Instagram, that video did like 150,000 views. And I know cops are always on Instagram, so I know it's gotten back to him. I saw him 2 nights ago when Jessica, I don't know if she was live. Was Jessica over there? What was it, 3 nights ago? I saw him over on Highland and Yucca. Somebody's talking about India. Okay, India. We've seen her before with Audit? Okay. Kelly, how are you doing? Your question, why do you look like The Rock? I told you, I don't look like The Rock. That motherfucker look like me. What are you talking about? How old is Rock? How old is he? Let's see who's older. He's 52. All right, he's a little older than me. Dad, Will, if you need help with the emails and calls pertaining to LAPD commission, I'd like to help. Yeah, so what I was gonna do is listen, man. You know me, I'm a pain in the ass. I was actually dealing with this morning. On Twitter, I asked people, anybody know the name of the owner of a certain address? Is my neighboring building. They've had an apartment had a fire alarm that was just going off every time, just started doing some weird beeping for like 2 weeks. It's an empty apartment. And I'm like, I got so sick of it. I'm not joking. Every 30 seconds, this thing is going off. And I called the management company and they told me they're going to take care of it. And they kept on telling me they're going to take care of it. It wasn't getting done. So I called them yesterday. I said, listen, you take care of it or I'm going to fucking reach out to the owner and I'm going to call them every time that fire alarm beeps. I'm going to call your owner of this building. I don't care what time of night it is to let them know that it's beeping. Every 30 seconds, every minute. And so I found out who the owner of the building was today and I called them up. I said, listen, this is your last chance. I noticed the owner of the building, it's 2 owners. One of them's 78. The other one's 92. I'm sure they don't want to be, interrupted in the middle of the night with my phone calls, but too fucking bad because this alarm keeps on going off nonstop. You fucking get somebody, you have 1 hour to get it fixed. Get somebody over here and fix it and turn it off. Or I'm gonna start doing this stuff. They call me back. This guy here, let me play a message here. You wanna hear it? He was so mad at me. All right. Let me see if I can find this. Damn. Oh, it's on this phone. 1 second, guys. Let me airdrop it. Let's see here. This motherfucker. On what planet what? So this guy, he called me up. He's like, on what planet what? He's like, under what planet? Because I left a message. He's like, under what planet do you live on where you think you could just call somebody who ask them to do something for you and talk to them like that? Because I left him a nasty message. It's his building, and first of all, I'm not doing it. You're doing it because you need to take care of your shit. Here, let me play the message because I recorded it. Now, what are you gonna say? On what planet what?
what planet do you live on to speak to somebody that way, for somebody to do something for you?
Because I told you guys to fix it yesterday and you did not. That's what planet. What planet do you live on where you think that you can sit there and interrupt the whole fucking neighborhood because your crappy equipment? I am calling the owner, DeVoe. I already know who they are. They live in Carlsbad. I'm going to call them right now and I'm playing this message back to them. What fucking planet do you live on? Say? Now, what are you going to say? Anyway, within a half an hour, they fixed the problem. He was mad at me because I left that message. I don't play that game. I remember one time on the street I'm living on, right? And this, not just my block, but like the surrounding 4 blocks, they put up signs that nobody could park there for a week because they're filming a movie, which is like terribly inconvenient. But you know, fuck, you live in Hollywood, you're gonna have to deal with some shit like that. So for that week, they never showed up. We weren't allowed to park here, and they didn't even show up to film. And then they went and put up a new notice for like 2 weeks after that. They're gonna film again, and I was pissed off because I was like, you know what, you were supposed to film 2 weeks ago, and you never showed up, and you never even canceled it. So people were getting ticketed and stuff, and you weren't even filming. And you're doing it in our neighborhood, and they went and did it again. I said, you guys aren't filming on the block. You guys are not filming on this block. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're not filming your scenes. I came out here and I just fucking, every scene they tried to film, I was banging a pot and pan. I was like, no, she's forgetting her lines. You know, you said it wrong. Oh, fuck, Casey, you said it wrong. You got the wrong fucking lines. And I was just terrorizing them, and they had to stop filming. And I told them, that's what you get. You disrespected my neighborhood. I don't play, that's how I do them. I don't fuck around. You can't wait around for people to do shit. You gotta force their hand. So the reason I bring that up, it's the way I believe with the LAPD commission. LAPD commission, they don't hold the LAPD accountable. So you hold the LAPD commission accountable. All these people have regular jobs. Rasha Shields, she works for her law office. You know, the one guy from Homeboy Industry. My thing is, okay, you guys are going to cover up the stuff the cops do. You're going to cover up for them, so we'll hold you accountable. So maybe we need to start calling, hey, Rasha Shields, I think we probably need to start calling the partners at your law firm. And maybe I need to reach out to people and ask me, hey, do you know who their clients are? And we start reaching out to the clients to say that, hey, you know what, Rasha Shields and this law firm are covering up for the LAPD. Let's reach out to them. I'll keep on going. I don't care. And so I'm going to run, I think next week at the commission meeting, I'm going to mention that to people. And I think we can get a bunch of people behind that, because that's the only way you're going to hold them accountable. I don't believe in, you have, but so many levers that you can pull through traditional, traditional means. And they're all bullshit. Well, I'm going to file complaints and all that. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. We're going to do it differently. We're going to change your behaviors differently. We're going to put pressure on them. It's the whole reason I put together these profiles, right? So, like, let's see who. For instance, that one cop who called me a black fool. When you Google his name now, Jose Quintanilla, on my website, it comes up second, right? And then you go and click on it, and you'll go ahead and see his misconduct. And the person that covered up that, who didn't make a big thing out of, who allowed him to call me a black fool, but didn't hold him accountable. Well, that's Yasser Gilani, right? Yasser Gilani, that's him right there, the douchebag. And then right now, like I said, this website's new, so it's number 3 in SEO on Google, but it'll be number 1 sooner than later. And you can go there and you can go ahead and look at his misconduct. I have internal affairs file right there for you to see. When their family members search for them, they get a chance to see their bullshit. They get a chance to see their misconduct, and it's going to be one by one with these fucking cops. You got to do different shit to hold them accountable, to change behaviors and stuff. Does anybody really want their family member seeing them on a video or a webpage about them, showing them acting like an asshole? No. So I can file complaints against the cops, and the LAPD is never going to hold police accountable. They don't. So we do it differently. You got to do things differently. You got to work whatever pressure you can outside of traditional means, outside of the systems that are set up. And that includes with the LAPD commission. I told Steve Soberoff before, I said, Steve Soberoff, the ex-president of the LAPD commission, he is a son, Jacob Soberoff, who was a correspondent for MSNBC, I believe. He may still be. I was like, you know, how does your son feel about the fact that you cover up sexual harassment in the LAPD? I'm gonna ask your son, what does he think about the way that you cover up sexual? He blocked me on Twitter and shit, but you know, these are things I have no problem doing. No problem. Officer Sassy Pants from his badge number. I didn't find it from his badge number too. They actually have his badge number listed incorrectly. I found out his name because I was able to look closely and zoom in on his nameplate, and he had, you know, it was easy. It was WIT, W-I-T-T. So I was able to get that little piece right there. And that was the only way I found him, because the badge number was... All right, guys, I'm going to go to sleep. Shout out to the mods. I know you guys' fingers are cramping up from the blocking, the bullshit. Are you an officer? I'm not an officer, Lucy. I hold officers accountable. I'm just anti-bully. Holding bullies meaning like big institutional bullies, whether it be politicians and cops or used to be Scientology. I'm staying away from that shit. Fucking weirdos. Anyway, I'm going to go to sleep. Thank you very much, mods. Like I said, I will be doing that podcast thing. It's like somebody talked me into it. Oh, a possum. I don't feel like getting out. I think I'll be a lot more efficient with getting shit done. And that's all I really care. I care about this. I care about the work, guys. I don't care about the drama. I don't. You see, I saw when I was walking past over there earlier, I saw Daniel. You know, Daniel was doing that shit with Francois and talking that shit. I told him, go, this motherfucker do anything for a cheeseburger. Anyway, you guys take care. Like I said, I think like next week I'll probably start doing some bit by bit. You know, like I said, I don't know if you call it a podcast or whatever you want to call it. It'll just be more like stuff on my computer, screen sharing, those sorts of things. No F-bombs. How the hell? What kind of restriction is that? How am I supposed to survive like that? Anyway, you guys, you take care. Good night. Lola. I know. I can't forget the Oprah thing. Take care, guys.